Omo use party security say omo babu obia oba bejina because ombe kanyina that do ombe dwane me kame papa Kofi
wo kwa yi candidate wo bia na no anu odi ma ate kuhudu e ma be na to aba iti honorable Ken kura na dwen okura ni ambition mesu mi kura ma dwen mesu mi ye man manyosem na manyosem na obia eye no obia kwa bebia ne ho be dey maintain honorable Kennedy Agyapong menene wo mba porepore ahofefuo mienu ba mu abaako e na oba abaako enti maintain honorable Kennedy Agyapong but your family and friends and I
Was Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the finance minister? A question. Papa, your friend the late Kantanka neba Adwoa Sarfo. Ebu se Ghana for me say, na nya wo na we baby mama. Edema Kennedy Agyapong say ayin.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, no your finance minister. Mimi Samu, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, no your finance minister. Yanti abamu na ya MP speaker say, send your speaker say mu eko enko yiye. Iti yama your finance minister. Onko tena se yama ne ko tena se. Wan jija na wi ansa ne yama na kofie. Na we ye this what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We ye late. Now wo master trika na. Wo ti be kwa wo master to nkai e ko trika no. No kura ni yanka ntia. Na ya ni ama bossa ye kasa ye ntie pension for ani ye nsa kobo musike mu eni ama bebre ena ma 2024 ye lose elections enya one individual enya Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ena ye bibia na ye ho aye Ghana fo ehi esa se no mo kasa ye dey
Enya wo na mra ogo she America na ye here wo Ghana parliament ye hwe wo aye nya wo. According to Kennedy Agyapong, it just said, you did 120,000 Ghana cedis. And get this 1.2 billion. Say, you me for umbra. Sigano, on a cinema. Aye, Noa. And you wanna abra only professor. Makwe, neba air contest election. Omega say, Mommy, let daddy come and help. And I'm afraid daddy, and I did the boy. Daddy is who Kennedy Agyapong. I'm say, hey, Ebane say Kennedy ne ex. Adwoa Sarfo of the late Kantanka neba. I say ne support Bawumia. I know say ne support ne Bawumia there. Or say we say Ghana for question because Ghana for MPP for you know. Sebi o. Ye dada mo ye bitimu. Traffic no I say ye bitimu traffic. I know say almost Ghana economy na say ye anye ye anko ye because of Bawumia no say na enya mo eneme ana ye di na as MPP ana abra na Ken Oforiata ewo ho ye MP se mo go papa e friend na na kwakufu adu nche ka jense papa nante MPs ye ntiase wo fase no omoye sese no ye ni free ma adwuma no ye hu se ontimi nye ana se debi ono na mpese oto aso na muni Ghana na se yo Ghana asimbo na anu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so na enye Bawumia so na ye frɛ no economic management team chairman on na head team no o say friend say osemafu na ono ka ho bi na ono Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kinoforiata omuna kasa team bi team ba ko 7 yewie no ono agi tum say a solid team and eba na saying den egosi dien ana Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Kesi angosi bia ne or dragi Ghana for into the map. But according to message na ebony simple and teacher Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia according to Adwoa Sarfo say papa no adwuma na boy no yopo o say cathedral ne ho nkwania ba ekoye MPP sebi aswodin abodin the arrogance ohiani stubborn proud subana munyaye no ena ma MPP mantima mobra ena ma MPP di anyanyam ena ma Ghana fo etuti MPP enye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na yeye wanye ne onye ne chena ana onye ne chinachi na emom no the previous MPP administration as yeti ye wadwen say Ghana fo eden ya meto amaye ana ne ye de yepe ba na kwani abeda di yehu nti ono ne baby mama ne baby daddy aye Kennedy Agyapong anyo no na ye fine one ye fine I was answering
me ye politician and honorable Kennedy Agyapong or ye politician kugudu minim say delegates bebre wa ha ukunu e polling station executive and our yere enso ye polling station executive mesrao obi ankura na dwen wa politics mu obi ankura na dwen iti honorable Ken kura na dwen okura ni ambition meso mi kura ma dwen meso mi ye man manyosem na manyosem na obi a eye no obi akọ bebia ne ho be dai mese dai obi akọ bebia ne ho be dai Dr. Boache kasa okan sembi maintain honorable Kennedy Agyapong menene womba pore ahofefo mienu ba mu abaako ena oba abaako enti maintain honorable Kennedy Agyapong but your family and friends ena ye wa Kugudu Messi ya dia is Efiena ya balo Kugudu Patro muntie mi o opposition na ya ba na ya ba fie no e wo se ye be sua nyansa o ya kotena ba mu ye family and friends any ye ne iti amanyo sem a ye wo party level no me Adwoa Sarfo me se me nya den esan se ye kwa ba mu koye bi ebo aye ya na asa mo aye na me mamu example bi me started contesting to be MP in the year 2007 atene nwedi amanyo semunimu a wokuo mu abesi nne my serving as member of parliament for 12 years my deputy majority leader my minister for procurement my minister for gender it may be some say men somoye and honorable Kennedy Agyapong so aye ne die meboa menka say onu na ebefa na mom ye assume say wafa na wakotena Jubilee House na mimi CV eda ho ya ka CV ya so wo pa adwuma na mo hwe adwuma amaye ene somo amasom oman yi ene mama nyoko na se dru ho na obetimi ahwemanimu aka se oba menene wo mamienu ma appointed no as minister for BB Ejabeto Ghana yes Kugudu mesidi ai
oneni ntokwa ba se Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia contest so ope so o win as a flagbearer nwa dia ono Adwoa Sarfo a obeto ama no nemo no Ken only Ken yes me se Ken go nwebo ade ya na se so besi e friends hotel asi finfin de bia check that kura nkasa Cheda gragas or convert it and also or divert apple. Keke I never go master. Among the them. Would you always see hotel as a poo? Na National Cathedral as a book. You Casadia, he's what? National Cathedral, yeah, pet baby. National Cathedral, another young. Would they go see a hotel as a boom for the way? Yaja John. Eti, eno any sema. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the camp Adwoa Sarfo, the former late Papa Efene Kantanka, neba. Ese Adwoa Sarfo ase ninko odi na simple. On support Kennedy Agyapong. On support Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Bawumia betime adwuma no na adwuma no so no. Oba Ghana fo anya mfaso. Now, do not vote for a candidate who insults and respect women. We should Sarah Adwoa Sarfo. Or we know it was say manya penia sebi you. Nani mune je obie na no kasa pe e diatem atati ambese malafaka no odi atem ko oko IMF no ka malafaka sa enti Adwoa Sarfo ase ono de papa na ono odi tum man da na so ene da ye man nyem ye ewo ye no odi atem no di mama so
dosu sing in mema kugudu wo kwa yi candidate wo bia na no anu odi ma atem kugudu e ma be na to aba kugudu wo be to aba ama obia na no a na wo di ma atem kugudu Mema samba I want to what di matter. Maybe some question. Mema samba ya wagana ha. Want to say honorable Kennedy Agyapong or di matter. Or say me you die. Magia bicycle di. And I go for the system so. And I me useless. And I me papa show me ni mo a want to meet me. Okaye ewo krom ha. Kugudu. And the videos are there. Iti mo antie na mo kwaye ni bisibasa. This for kind say mo beji na ba. Na ne records na wodi atam including me. Oni ma wo mienu. Na wo oni ho wo ye de. Imagine odo be ye.
Na. Gana mo pa de esru. Wo asoba. Bema wona natana pen. Bema wona nanya body fluid. Wanum tosu woni nanum tosu afra. Body to body sweat afra. O body attach the body severally. Ma have sex. Ma enjoy me ho. Mu wie ya, we say say nipa no. Ene on sem fatase obey penny, obey leader, obey lead the country. Adena man lead you. Adena ma on a way. Adwoa Sarfo ai. Adenti no ma Kennedy okompre kwa Agyapong. Ene way. Adentia. Emma. So obedi o matia wo. Obenya asem na court point. Oni papa na wu awie. Wo amu wie ye no. Ene wo se yantu ntia ne nkoto mo Bawumia. Bawumia na mo sika. Anase wo ne papa e friend Kennedy na Agyapong. Ana mo nya ndokwa. Endokwa na mo nya na ka kire.
Meni o mo ho time. But eno nkyerɛ sɛ ɔso mo kɔ wia ba no.
So what can omunko wia abemo mamimbi say do you believe in structures no say na?
I believe in the structures. But last minute, easy form no committee nyina minim.
Underground.
Yes.
So mo be ye
of use party security say omo ba bu obia oba be gina because ombe kanyina that do ombe gane. They come Papa Kofi.
Honorable Ken, I among aspirants in Indiana. So, what Kasa, Nasibia, I mean, the tempest course on near there, or reflected on a maybe a C 2013 2023.
Yeah,
maybe Anya would day. Doesn't mean, say, in a way, no, Emma, what about some kind of bitterness be against Dr. Bawumia na.
Me ni no one that they cry. My life, no, he doesn't exist.
Hey.
Because he exists and comedy money. That's how I see myself. What do you say? Ni abro ye munye nyina wo hwechiri. But I just don't want to say anything. Na obi odidi matembia onim. One day assembly see our president Akufo-Addo fie. The boy papa bi din. Na obi ani ho. E firi ho koi. The next day no man post you and say oh okay. But me fa obi asem enhye metiri.
Okay.
Madam, what is your trim up? Ubewuntem.
So doesn't mean say
asem shame trim. Me come we are my free.
Doesn't mean say after the primaries and on say ko Dr. Bawumia winia, will you campaign for him?
The last time man campaign man. E we kura otumi fa phone. E can thank you. No mo say did matter. Yeah, they were insulting me. Me call round. Am a parliamentary candidate baby am call. Obi odi no kura eye napo. I took him to my warehouse. And your man by the chair. Now our young boys, omo di matem say me man campaign.
Honorable Ken, onye ni say womo asebi omo bedi watem no eye omo su sebi omo baka say.
And you be na chi.
Any say yan say
and a decision
recently ye share ye mama na toshi and ye mo spill out. Doesn't mean say we were behind her until e man kasa.
Na toshi you na nam. Me no nothing.
But say they was switch come.
Was switch no me or na me na ma. Me unim bibi aboa me. Me ntie social media.
Okay.
Me ntie news on say nem ba na me bisa we. Me nkai bi kura o. I stay focused.
Kennedy Agyapong ohene Agyapong. Papa ne say Dr. Mahmoud Alhaji Bawumia. Papa no on is still in life. Let me say on is still alive say only Nippon they go contest on the 31st of January 2026 and I say share me. So o say me dream Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ho a enkaboni a me di papa no. I'm say hey Jesus. Say ya na we ye ma attach ya ga say yempe obi obeko IMF na oni abrofa go question na oka madafaka ana madafaka anything oka asem no o say hwe Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia last 2023 me campaign man me yem even though me so mu wi ame omuyem na chiri me say MPP adaroma me de me moja to ho ade me mani manyema to ho Ghana fo bi ku adwa me say wo se unye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na na adodan kwa Akufo-Addo unka omo ho a ade na wo campaign edem obi ese mpe no ano so aye party first ana ma Ghana fo bi ku adwa na ne kura ni na ati no yenko wie ni say Bawumia yemmu se ye wie 2024 election no papa ni fa telephone ofre no o dial 024 no obona mane ka chance onwa ade ne de nanka opa nka onye campaign mame ba oye mame alancheremantin ego for me moving for change ego te ni party kura foforo the way o mame competition but still o campaign mame nti da wase emi show o se busa no so o ka bia tire me da wan ka bia ntire me na uye ya o se amanfo edi atem se abronye chama huntumi any fanti comedy oy friend say say am say pokuase enen Obama pokuase on san grofoni na omudi atamia na say titi omu ina no kene say busa say Bawumia onim hu bia onimi na obi me say ene de papa o kan mi ntimi ni wachine because omu na beji hack obi e beji yes yem gwabodo na hack no hagi o kama me say Bawumia me no problem sa hagi ya hagi omi ugosie omi nipa obeso ye peni udi Ghana fu anim na Ghana fu adwa na mo 38% 38 na ye dem ma no over 1.6 million ya twumu taw ave na opa MPP for delegates at say enye me na my effort MPP ni na ye effort enti mo nza ma me another chance who ya omo di atem na the new current voters are Ghana for according to Musa Dankwacha say Ghana for say nyati o boys na mo am do mo go free education no ene o ma to so ko university no Angola no omu ni ma chere omu na kenkan enti omu say MPP enya omu mpe NDC nya omu mpe and the thing is that currently as it stands per message na NDC di mo omu ni MPP wo dey mo omu no NDC dey better jomo support NDC enti when in that still more than so ye den you say ah dey ya na ye ano Kennedy say hwe no krepa ne say Bawumia nkrofobia atem didi omo hu certificate am say kasadi hit what onu Kennedy Agyapong wadi matem wadi asofo atem wadi politician atem wadi entire parliament atem my friends so many ko pacho Kennedy Agyapong the entire parliament atem onu ani baby mama Adwoa Sarfo check yi o yabu no manye yabu nkitwa odi akweda nkwa atem delete odi atema mabika former Charlotte Osei easy chair odi natem onu kure ya oba oni afia nigga na wu pa me kura mtie mi mtie se afia nigga kwedi matema mi na mi tie mi ni kapre no as far afia nigga di matema mi ni bi but Kennedy ye di natem reply simple and short oni obi nim oni obofo oni Ebenezer this one kan obesoso enti omuzo mu hwewe ni na onu ankasa asa di atam no ya pom ne batakali ana ya hye no ana ya de hoche kama nice one white one ana ya hye no ana ya de fo basa ka no papa ne se bi se wasesa asemi mo be se mi ya ne mi di atam ni atam se yedi mu dada de uye magana for asa yesusu se ye hu se o se say because say open election awini o be say uwini as a friend said flagbearer now we are winning as a president na anya na nko a Imani Ghana Kofi Benson our vice president Emma Imani Ghana it say President John Dramani Mahama she has spoken to the majority leader Mahama Elga Roxy to withdraw their bill to repeal the OSP Act probably to avoid all these controversies but it was useful
but it absolutely does not amount to interference. It is actually proper. The only thing I would have said was that because of the controversy that it is likely to create, maybe the president should have called Roxanne and privately and then told them to withdraw it. But I also think it's useful for the president to have done it publicly. Let me explain why. So I, for instance, I'm in the middle of all of this.
Right.
Middle because...
So it's not blamed. Yes.
Yeah. See, I support... I was part of the movement that led to the OSP's office being created. And we are conflating the person of Kisi and the office. We should stop that. 2, I support Kisi and his work and the OSP and his work. But I also support Martin.
Right.
And I'm fully with Martin in the petitions that he has, he's working on. And I make this point, and it must be carefully understood. Martin is within his rights to do what he has done, even if he is not right.
To others.
He is within his rights to challenge the OSP, demand accountability, go all out like he's done, even if it is proven later on that he is not right. To that extent, therefore, I have said, and I repeat, the OSP had no jurisdiction to treat him the way they treated him. And I repeat, I've said it elsewhere, that I, for instance, advise Martin that, look, since they don't have any jurisdiction right to question you, whatever it is, you shouldn't have even gone there.
Right.
Now he went and all of these things happened. Now, these things haven't happened. I still say it does not rise to the point where Roxanne and Co. will now seek to scrap the whole office of the OSP. So, in that extent, I'm defending the OSP. It is the height of opportunism for Roxanne and his colleagues to try and use this to kill off the OSP. And I've said, the OSP was specifically created to attack executive corruption, which is where a lot of the big corruption comes. And it is not true that they are given the same budget as the Attorney General. It's not true. The budget is a small fraction of what the Attorney General uses. So a lot has been said. So look, like I said, I'm in the middle of this. Now, that's where presidential power comes in. So listen, Parliament has power to scrap the OSP. Clearly, they had an animus against him. against the office. They don't want it because they are within his hairline. He will shoot at them. So I can understand if Roxanne wants it dead and everybody else. And note that it was a bipartisan agreement. They didn't argue about it. Everyone wanted it. They were telling them, do it quickly. They were even going to do it on emergency. All right? And we said, no, don't do that now. You had a chorus of civil society leaders in unison. In fact, only the people in parliament were against the OSP. Almost everybody else was for OSP office remaining, even if we backed Martin and said the person there was not the best person. You need to get the nuance.
True.
So you have a situation where there are two powers. Parliament does have the power to do what they said they wanted to do. And they were moving very swiftly to do it. Then we in civil society who can only talk, we only have influence. We make the case copiously that this OSP office is only 7 years old. It cannot be that within 7 years you can decide that something, and by the way, this OSP took its powers from the Attorney General because it doesn't have constitutional standing by itself. And the arrangement was that we will go through this constitutional review and properly fit it in the Constitution. So this was a work in progress. And clearly, Professor Prempe is working on the rest, and hopefully we'll get these things done quickly. All right? If we had a time, it is provable that the OSP indeed has not failed per se. They have just not lived up to the level of expectation that we wanted of them. And this is where I also agree with Martin that, look, if you take the case of Ken Agyapong, for instance, which is what led to all the trials of Martin, I have had my issues with that. And I said that the OSP should have been prosecuting. They haven't even charged the man after a year. I had to say it. I spoke plenty.
Yeah, you did.
All right?
That you did.
And I was saying, go and, try him in absentia. It was a debate. Okay? And I was actually challenging the OSP to do even more. Martin is saying the same thing, that how could you set down under these same, circumstances and let the man just walk away? Yeah? They set all kinds of things. We checked, and when we checked, Martin will tell you they were not true. Okay? Manasseh Azure, who I'm in touch with, all right, will tell you that he is extremely upset with the way the OSP is conducting certain things. He, one man, with a small office and a few journalists, without the facilities of the OSP, has been able to do SML and all these other things. And when you look at the way things are proceeding, it doesn't look like the OSP is serious about what they are doing. So, look, there are issues here and there are issues there. But the chorus with civil society leaders is that you can't throw this baby out with the bathwater. Let's move forward and make it better. Let's solve the problems that, Dafia Mekwa is talking about. Let's deal with the issues that Martin is talking about. Dealing with them does not mean killing the OSP. Indeed, if we do, we are going to end up trying to reset the OSP up when the constitutional review thing is done. Then the president does a very good thing. He comes out publicly and throws his weight behind civil society leaders and say, no, I won't sign it. Now, it is not an interference because the president has the ultimate power to decide that Roxanne can hit the roof and drink a gallon of water. Yes. It won't go anywhere. What happened to the... you won't sign. You see, look, so what the president did was a real power play, okay? And you see what happened to the LGBT thing? What didn't we hear in this country? People were jumping up and down. You passed it. What happened? He didn't sign. Period. Matter finished. We are all where we are. You went to court. Exactly. You can jump up and down. But the president was very, nice about it. Yeah. Gave reasons. Yeah. Was polite to write to them. So he gives Roxanne and Co. plausible deniability. If he didn't say it, we'll say Roxanne and Co. chicken out or whatever it is. Now they have cover. Yes. The president says we shouldn't go for it. So now they are saying they are not going for it. That's how you run a country. And for me, I'm happy we have President Mahama where he is. I hope he will shepherd this process, protect the office. John Dramani Mahama.
And I didn't say, OSP, you go pay more parliament, according to the Speaker of Parliament. Alban Sumani will say, Adi, more creative, I can't say. Are you unconstitutional? Are you unlawful? Ghana Marabian no amount of it creative be a friend office of the special prosecutor. And majority leader Mahama Yarga so to say na me can if you have no say me say office of the special prosecutor every ever eba da ben na we no e kala wala bi na e kwakoto e dey be bon san bi so ana eba da ben ana so mentida na we enema Ahmed Honorable Ahmed, our here local government minister. I got say, na say mo kai say majority leader. Mama yere kasa say so ai. Ana Roxy da Femako our here majority chief whip. Eso to us say. Saturday we. The OSP Kisia da miaye no invite number parliament. O make sense Ghana for the entire or arrest papa your friend Martin Pebu because o citizen vigilante. Baba no kasama Ghana for na in fact wadi Mahama atem wadi Nanado atem wadi MPP ni NDC wadi parliamentarians both MPP ni NDC atem Ghana for ene ye dono pa it is a wodi nsani pa no eni wodi nya asempe oni parliament ajanse because the parliamentarians or more parliament omo ta yesen so ome support ome push agenda ediama Ghana ye parliament enya no a it is a sign of moye dia na se wakochi obi a Ghana for promise epanazema udi however to omo so into answer questions OSP Kennedy Agyapong ni deputy community friends ni director of communication e ka say samida akọ ka so o ma yodi omo twen ante no mo information ba so omukura no nansi assassination attempt ye ye say ye ku papa ye friend Kennedy Agyapong eh so we dey hu and corruption ninti na say omo ye incorrupt acts no omo na pese oku because sana Kennedy Agyapong e ka say anase nie nadamfo anase ni nua anase ne partner ameswa swale eni etie ne yan chem kra ne ku no enti ye be ku ne be ya ye go be say interior minister say Ghana Police Service, Ghana Armed Forces, Ghana Navy, any immigration, customs, all the security services in Nakabuma. Obi a report, Papa, onche neighbor. Ne kura when you say information, say, oh, baby, me information ya manye na bia no chere say OSP Kennedy Agyapong no bi penako no say na den. Nti ade no ka sa asem. Because say na say once Ghana form banasem. And as a parliament so good na djuma ana jo mama ka say oh mesrem sa office ni yengunu ne yengunu chena enti majority leader we a request you were 3 arms of government so all they call the broader perspective you were 4 arms of government you were the executive president and down you were legislature parliamentarians you were judiciary ya judge for almost edano ana you what the 4th arm of the government the media say ya no we dey beka ya say akonu unye onkan ya kra na yesu waka no ene ne chama we bre pa ya beli gongosa na mana de kama pa enti say kabuma 4 arms of government John Dramani mama say no muntimi enwu friend say office of the special prosecutor human sa mesa manya de Ghana for gas corruption na mo pesa mo fight no na se dem boa na da ana majority leader Mahama yerga say the president John Dramani Mahama my president your president our president John Kwame Nkrumah John Abam Papa Nabo John Ababio papa ni say debi say yakazi etwa the same lanes wa emwaye enti majority leader say waje tu motiase o say papa no na adwumu do na adwumu so say sa na waka dia o trase no wonim say John Mama ne bebi wodi Ghana so bidu ne no Ghana ni bia ba na baso Ghana bia say bebi adu no oh papa fantastic ade ne correct wo ye adwuma ni na nti say sa na wo ye dia ade ne be ha ho enti say o say wo be se me withdraw a ma withdraw me nko bio me ntwa so nka chen say OSP ye ni free ho ana wo say wo de futu e de ma OSP papa e free Kennedy Agyapong say wa hweye na wa nya adwuma Ghana fo ye ni beje ye be pe ni be so nya gas oh OSP de wo ye wo ye adwuma ma ye de a ye da ase so wa nya ne sa and is out of a leave with no choice na say obeta kidishem say and one no adwuma na si me bo ana majority let's say adwuma na si chief whip oye majority chief whip Rosin da Femako eso adwuma na si enti majority leader and then majority chief whip almost Omar withdraw my case after some Mahama John Dramani Mahama is SLC my president your president our president His Excellency John Ababio John Kwame Nkrumah John Papa ni eyo pampa omase ni nyansa emudo ntomati omen se de ope e de ama no na emom no se ankwose de omo pe a they will reignite it back no omo de reignite a enya candle light ebeya bonfire omeshi japa ebeshi OSP office ni na enye OSP boss and we fro because the message was clear sa office na nkasa no two omo parliamentarians no ditum say e unconstitutional na me say for the first time my MPP any NDC agiatum say collectively yen dissolve idea for accountability and me say mo mentrasi mu na mu bia MPP di mongare mo na mo appointee OSP mo na mo de Martin Amidu ebae ana Martin Amidu obefiro na se mu for sweti no moment mi nya na dwuma ana say sa OSP di bia na mo de man no in fact nipa oye corrupt pa Ghana pa Nana Danko Akufo-Addo the former president or say oye mother serpent of all corruption in firo ne kofa abranti efe no Kennedy Agyapong ebae or say under the NPP ya try say bekunu 2 times but interior minister Papa a friend Honorable Muntaka Mohammed just say enya nakure until that wabusa Ghana police Ghana armed forces almost enya nakure enti nakure ne say MPPA and then ne mo amusa suro office of the special prosecutor the same person you brought adena musuro MPP brought the office of the special prosecutor the NDC were ready to abolish it mama say be enyanto. But my question and say, what would tell me there? I didn't think the MPP say you abolish the office of the special prosecutor, the office now. Because corruption allegation in an omuntain and a year quatio. Into moyesa. And as OSP, Kennedy Agyapong Ankasano on Ankasano, as who operated the MPP before said Kevin Taylor and Captain Smart a kind. I'm confused now. My very confused, in fact, my confused. Mani so tata me mani abre me hu de ekọ ye na esi kana kwara nkyere me be my truth teller naked truth on Oldboga trends you know ba ko pe Max Billian for comment no to comment section na say den na ma MPP for say office of the special prosecutor you closing it down I didn't know any for say you close that same office and down even though they are saying say on me fight against corruption Operation Recover Old Afahi. Uya subscribe, like it, na share, ma unya so, enya bi enwe.